Two very talented members of your family.
Oh, yeah.
The very lovely and talented actress, your daughter Amy.
Go ahead.
And a very attractive young man, your son Ben. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy and Ben Stiiler.
How are you?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
This is stuff you didn't know about tonight. You learned so much about me.
No, I didn't even know you went to that camp.
No, I went to that camp, and it was a very wonderful camp. They gave you everything you wanted out of life. Yes, I had to go back home and start all over again.
I remember when I went to camp.
Yes.
To Camp Hidden Valley in Maine.
That didn't last very long, did it, Ben?
No. I got homesick, and first I got on the plane to go up there.
You want to go through this, huh?
Well, I feel like people should know what kind of dad you are. I got on the plane to go up, and I panicked on the plane and decided I didn't want to go, and so I got off the plane. It was a plane to Maine, and I came off, and I remember Mom was not that excited that I'd gotten off the plane.
Neither was the pilot.
No, or the 150 other people on the plane. But you were great. You said, you know what, we're going to go up together. And you came up with me to Hidden Valley, and you stayed with me at camp for like a couple of days,
right?
Right?
Days, yes. It was around July 4th weekend, as I remember it.
Right.
And it was it was called a non-traditionalist camp, right?
So like a
hippie camp, and they had pamphlets from every country. Bangladesh, you had it from Ukraine, you had people from China, and Ben was one of the campers up there.
And you were too.
And I became a camper because what happened was, and I just have to tell you, I wanted to make sure that Ben was able to handle himself in an environment such as a camp up in Maine. And it was a pretty tough time. It was July 4th weekend, and a lot of people from Maine at that time were not happy about the Vietnam War, and they were surrounding the camp. I'm not making this up. They wanted to attack us like we were Vietnam. Kids, like 10 years old, they were doing it. And so I decided to stay there overnight with Ben and to kind of cool it down. Well, so...
This was like 8 years after the Vietnam War, but...
let me tell you what happened.
No, you're being nice, because you're just... Yeah. I was homesick and you stayed with me.
But not only that, but when I stayed overnight, something terrible happened to me. That night, I got homesick. And I knew for the first time what it was like for a kid to be in camp and be homesick. And here I was an adult, I think. So there I was in this situation. So can I finish the rest of the story, or tell you, or do you want to go on?
Well, it's been a long evening.
No. I got to tell you. I want to tell you
how... I should be their therapist right now.
Yeah. Well, Amy, your turn comes next.
Yeah,
but anyway, I got to tell about how did Ben become an actor?
You know what? This isn't about Ben. No, this is
no.
about
I got to tell you.
No.
Because it's about me. I really want to tell you this. Really is about me. What happened was Ben wanted to go home, and I said, Ben, you cannot go home from this camp. I'm going to stay here till you stay. Then somebody came by with a script. And they said, we want Ben to be in a play. It was something about the Revolutionary War. And I gave the script to Ben. I says, learn this part, Ben. A guy named John Hancock, someone like that. Well, I says, I'm going to give you this script. In 2 weeks, I'm going to come back, and I want to see you in this play. Well, I went home. 2 weeks later, I came back, and I watched this play. It was something like 1776, only a camp version. And out on the stage comes this young kid in some kind of Revolutionary War garb, and he walks out and he starts singing some kind of a song, and all of a sudden the entire camp goes crazy, and I say, my God, that kid is an actor. And that was the first time I knew that my son could possibly be an actor. And that was
It's also the last musical I ever did, too.
Oh, well,
but
I can't believe I never knew any of this.
No, well,
wow.
This is
learning. You guys were you were great parents, and everybody's talking about.
I don't know if we were great parents.
Yes.
Can I tell you one thing?
No.
All right, these two kids were brought up on the Upper West Side in a very. Now wait a minute. You sit down for a minute.
Ladies.
I don't want you to interrupt. No, I got to tell you a story about.
What?
Well, I get a chance to be funny.
Oh, all right, you go too.
No. Can I say something?
Work out with Amy, and then it's over.
Okay, you're watching the entire family dynamic
No.
here.
Please let me just tell you what happened. Ann and I, we have a comedy act, right? We're working on comedy. We got the Ed Sullivan Show. We have to write our own material. And in the
what is this? Who gave you the talus? What is that?
this is, so, yes, it is something like a top. But anyway, we had this comedy act. We were working on material and writing material. We had a 5-room apartment on the Upper West Side, Riverside Drive, overlooking nothing. And so here were the kids in one room. Both Ben and Amy had one room. And he had a bunk bed. She was on the bottom. He was on the top. And Ann and I would be rehearsing. So we would rehearse these sketches. One of the sketches was a sketch called Hate. It started with Ann saying, I hate you, you hate me, you don't know what hate is. I hate. Now, Amy, who's about 3 years old, here's us doing hate sketch. She comes in. Can you listen to me for a moment?
I'm so sorry.
No, we just wanted to say
No,
we're going to get up.
No,
we
he's
want
got
to
it.
trying to engage the audience.
We want to get off the stage and let you
No,
guys
let me
understand.
finish. Let me get to the... We're saying, I hate you, you hate me. Amy walks in, a little 3-year-old says, Mommy, Daddy, fight. I say, no, Amy. Mommy, Daddy, rehearse. Well, a couple of weeks later, we were having a fight, Ann and I. Amy walks in, Mommy, Daddy, rehearse. I said, Mommy, Daddy, fight. And that's how these kids grow up.
Well, and, you know, it wasn't... that was the good part, actually. But I think it's safe to say, you don't mind me saying that we do have some abandonment issues. We do. Because they were way out when we were kids, and, we had to have this housekeeper who would take over the Jewish holidays.
This is true.
Hazel.
Hazel. But what made it a little weird was the fact that she was Jamaican. So, come Hanukkah, it would sort of be like, okay, children, it's sundown, put away your homework. Your mother said to say the bracha. Gather around the menorah, Amy, give me the shamus. Man, your brother forget to wear his kippah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Here your present. Man, you don't be mixing your meat with the milk. You mix your meat with your milk. Come Pesach, I don't give you extra man of shevet in your harosis. Then I give you double portion to the bitter herb, and then I add the half your common where you never find it. So I just want to come clean and say that it wasn't all roses.
Wait, this kid was brought up. Yes. Well, thank you.
Yes.
But we still love you.
I know.
We love you very much,
I
Dad.
know that. I know this is part of it.
And we just want to say congratulations, and it's a real honor to be here and to be honoring you and Mr. Klugman, who Amy and I
Well, we made The Odd Couple.
spent hundreds of hours
Yes.
of our childhood
And
watching over and over again.
And I knew that Twilight Zone, too.
Yeah, so congratulations. It's really an honor to meet you, and congratulations, Dad. We love you very much. You're a great dad.
Thank you.
You're a great
they
person.
are great
Love
parents.
you both.
Am I going to be in your next movie? Forget everything else.
Whatever you want.
That was great.
No. All right. Thank you. Amy, thank you. Thank you. And